Thanks for joining me and Miss Maggie as we do this quick and dirty, focusing on your quads and modified chaturanga. So we're going to start in a child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch, hips to heels. Moving forward into a modified chaturanga, your knees are slightly behind your hips and you're going to lower your chest all the way down to the floor, elbows bend back and behind you. We're going to start with just a few to warm up, squeezing the shoulder blades together as you lower down to the mat, elbows behind you, little chicken wing arms there. Hips squeeze back to the heels, and then pressing forward and lowering down. This is a modified action of a full chaturanga. Feel free to take a full chaturanga anytime you need to. But today we're just going to work on these modifications, building strength through repetition, starting at the baby steps. So now we're moving into a plank shape, warming up through the core, first one of the day. Look directly down between your fingers and start to engage through the upper back here. Pulling the belly button in towards the spine, quads come up. We're going to lift the right leg behind us, knee to nose, and press it back. Knee to nose. See if you can keep the hips level. Press back. Knee to nose, and step in between the hands. Once you have your base, go ahead and reach all the way up, crescent warrior. So you can clasp the fingers here at the top if you've got that motion in your practice today. If you're just not feeling it, go ahead and keep the arms nice and wide. Let's go ahead and bring those hands down to the mat and step forward, fold. Feel free to take any wiggles here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step back right foot, step back left foot. Here we are, plank shape, knees down, chaturanga. Go ahead and release the toes. Inhale for a little baby cobra. So your elbows are pressing behind you, your shoulder blades press together, and then we're going to roll down to the mat, press back, child's pose. Take a breath here. Inhale, stepping back into those modified chaturangas, knees down, lower to the mat. That's 1. And 2, belly button zips in, elbows back for 3. Take your time here, form before quantity, right? And lowering all the way back, sitting back, hips to heels. Let's find our way back to that plank shape. Very nice. Heels over your toes if you can take it. You'll see that I'm not quite 100% of my toes today, so my heels are a little bit behind, stretching out through the back body. Not a bad thing. Whatever works for you in your practice. Let's move to that left side. Left leg lifts, knee to nose, press it back. Knee to nose, extend that left toe behind you. Knee to nose, step through, arms reach on an inhale, crescent warrior. Again, feeling free to maybe clasp the fingers, maybe hooking the thumbs, pulling biceps back by the ears. You can look up here or down. Hands plant, step forward, forward fold. Lengthening through the back body, bending the knees, hips lift up towards the sky, head towards the mat. Half lift. Plant the hands, fold. Taking your time here, half lift, fingertips on the mat, and then we're going to step back, right foot, left foot, right back into that plank, knees down, chaturanga to the mat. Inhale, cobra pose. Relax your shoulders down your back. Sit back, child's pose. Go ahead and find your way back to that plank. Right foot lifts, knee to nose, step all the way through, crescent warrior, reach the arms up on the inhale. We're going to get into the quads here, hands to heart center, and then lean into that right foot, press the heel into the mat as you float the left foot off the mat, finding your way to warrior 3, hands to heart center. See if you can square off your hips here. Now I'm using my hands. Hands lower gently to the mat. As we squat down, you're going to lower your body right onto the quads and then lower down your range of motion. Hands might come to the mat, or you can float them at heart center. We're going to take 5, maybe 10 of these little squats here. Just do what works for you today, and then find your way back to your warrior 3. Step back, left foot down, reach the arms all the way up, crescent warrior, take a breath. Heart rate's coming up now. Exhale, we're going to bring both hands down to the mat, frame the foot, step right foot back to meet the left. Knees down, chest down, modified chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, find your way to plank. Left foot reaches, knee to nose, step back, knee to nose. Take as many as you like here and then step through. Foot between the hands, reach up, crescent warrior. Exhale, hands to heart center. You're going to press into that left heel, float the right foot off the mat, find your way to warrior 3. Hips square, hands at heart center. Here we go again, draping the body right over the thigh as you lower down, tapping the mat. Lift back up, pressing into the heel to engage the quads and press back up. Lower down and lift. That's 4. You can do this whole thing with or without the hands. 5. Very good. Gently step that right foot down, reach the hands up to the sky, crescent warrior, catch your breath. Both hands to the mat, step back, plank shape, knees down, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Go ahead and find your way back through your plank shape. Inhale, tailbone up towards the sky. Walk your feet in slightly. Narrow downward facing dog here. Let's stretch out through the back body. Reach the fingertips nice and long. Press the arms away from you, stretching out through the shoulder socket. Tailbone lifts, heels press towards the mat. Take a look up towards your hands. Right foot steps up and in between the hands. Left knee comes down. Reach the arms all the way up for a nice low lunge here. Stretch out through those quads. So your left knee is behind your left hip. And then we're going to go ahead and sit back, half split, fingertips on either side of that right leg. Right toes reach for the sky as you press down the heel into the mat. Hands plant next to the right foot, step back, plank shape. Switching it out, left foot comes forward, right knee down, inhale, arms reach for the sky. Sink low through the hips here. Reach up with those fingertips, press down with the hips. Sit back, half split, heel presses into the mat, toes come back towards the face, reaching long through the leg. Rolling forward onto that left foot, curl the right toes under, step back into your plank shape. Knees come down nice and wide, big toes touch. Sit all the way back into your child's pose. Elbows find their way to the mat, hands in prayer overhead. Sinking nice and low into the shape. Staying here as long as you like. We're moving on to the next thing whenever you're ready.